Welcome to business. And in today's business, we're going to talk about advertising your drone business, how to go about reaching out to the potential clients or spreading the word about what you do when you're just getting into the business. So, Micah, when you were just getting into the business, how did you go about reaching out to the clients or getting your first clients? Do you remember that?
It was mainly just through my own Facebook posts.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, no,
So
that's not true.
Who was your first client?
The first customer I got through advertising would be a skincare company.
Skincare company.
Out in Boulder, Colorado.
Okay. And how did they find
YouTube.
you?
They found me through my YouTube video.
So you were pretty much using Facebook and YouTube, just the social media. And were you able to, but you weren't doing it full time, right?
No.
So what kind of frequency are you talking here? Like how often did you get somebody hit you up through the social media?
It took me about a year, actually, to get anything through the social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's from when you first started like building it until you had somebody reach out and you asked them, how did you find me? And they were like, oh, yeah, YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So social media.
It's actually where
free.
I get most of my work from.
It's
still.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And like good amount?
No.
No. Okay. Okay, fair enough. No, it's like, yeah, thanks for sharing that, because I didn't, like, we do have people reach out to us through social media, of course. And you know what, like the nice thing about social media, it's not free. It costs you time to do, but there is no other cost associated with it unless you pay for some premium features on wherever you're trying to share, or pay for Facebook advertising. Did you ever spend money to advertise on social media?
Yeah, I have. I didn't know what I was doing though when I did that.
Okay.
And so it really didn't do anything.
Okay. Where did you advertise?
Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah.
What did you not know about? What is it that you think you were doing
Well,
wrong?
I didn't know at the time how deep you could go with selecting your demographic. We've learned a lot about why.
We all know now.
Yeah, so I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I selected too broad of a.
Okay. So when do you remember what audience you were trying to reach to on Facebook when you were selecting it?
Okay. I think I did like 18 to 60.
Okay, so that's age.
Yeah,
did you do any interest?
Age, location,
profession?
No, I didn't. I didn't know you could do any of that when I was doing this.
I see. Okay. I don't know if I think I tried some paid ads. I mostly paid ads for the local art, the photography through Fine Arts. I've sold some through it, but I can't even say it like broke even. We didn't do, everything else grew organically, not through paid advertising. But, I've been on it for 4 or 5 years. And we don't have like thousands of subscribers to stuff, but just enough to generate enough traffic for people to find us. So there is some value in social media. Takes time, costs next to nothing or almost nothing unless you choose it to cost. Hopefully you can utilize it in a way that that accelerates things for you, so it's not money wasted. But it takes time. All right.
Yeah.
So what other things do you think you can use? Word of mouth, really. You kind of mentioned it with your first client.
Well, most of my work has come through word of mouth and through networking through social media in different groups.
Okay, so networking through social media, whatever you're into, whether you're trying to get into real estate or whether you're trying to get into engineering, probably not.
No. I'm in a few film groups on Facebook.
LinkedIn profile is probably important for those groups, and being active, joining different, builders, groups or whatever. That may be relevant. You can probably get in front of people that way. But that's
maybe I don't really use LinkedIn.
That brings us, so you either have events where you can socialize with and schmooze with people that you could be potential clients. Some of these events you can just get in and participate in. Some you may have to pay to, set up a stand or set up a
booth, like trade shows kind of a thing? Yeah.
Trade shows, similar things. But, that's a lot of work. And I can imagine that gets overwhelming quickly, because if you're a freelancer, if you're just doing it, maybe as a part-time job, or even if you're trying to do everything, because you still got to shoot it, you still got to work it, you still got to edit it, deliver it, and all that. This like one by one, word of mouth, knocking at the doors stuff is like it gets time consuming quickly. So to get something a little more efficient, there are two ways that I've tried and we're still doing really, which is the SEO and the AdWords. And That's a little bit of a question whether what's more efficient, SEO or AdWords. They both cost money. They both, I think, both of them are important to do. But to run an efficient campaign, especially in the industry like ours, it's getting more and more expensive to actually build some campaign. You gotta kind of spend money to make money. And the mistake that I made was that I tried to do the AdWords myself and like build a campaign and follow the tutorials, and it didn't really work out at all for me. I spent like a lot of money that pretty much went to waste. It didn't really generate anything. So then I got in touch with this company who manages the AdWords, and you gotta pay the monthly fee. I think it's like $250 a month. And plus then whatever you decide to do as a budget, but it should be pretty substantial by the time you're spending $250 just on having somebody overlooking the campaign. And they'll tell you, that, hey, for this and this much money, don't bother. It's not worth it. So the SEO takes time. The thing with it is that you're kind of paying it along and you're not seeing the results for a while. So it's kind of a strange game of like, okay, how much longer am I going to believe these guys are actually helping me? It really depends on who you find. Some people are better than others, just like car mechanics. They're going to cost you something. You're not going to see returns as quickly as with the AdWords, but eventually they may replace your AdWords if you do well in the SEO. But it's only if you find a good company, good people to do it with, and if you're willing to spend the money. So either way, the more time-consuming thing is to do the social media and trade shows or just door knocking, and cold calling, or
the worst.
or if there is some money to spend, maybe doing an AdWords budget for a quicker market entry, definitely, and then adding SEO budget on top of it just to have something sustained. So you don't have to rely on the AdWords forever. Yeah, that's my tip. Sounds good?
Sounds good.
If you guys have any questions about this, you can just leave them down in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube. If you are on a podcast, you can just hit the link in the show notes and follow it to our blog, and you can leave a comment right there. We are here, and we are listening, and we will be right back after this.